We're ultimate women of wrestling.
Heathens got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me,
And then I fell on a tack somewhere, and I was like,
No!
I told her, sweep my ring. Then after wrestling came MMA. And then through MMA, I stepped into competing in jiu-jitsu. And then the boxing was there in the mix. With AK, she was like, Lady Tapa. I was like, girl, I'm gonna tell Rampage I need an MMA fight in the ring. If I never called my uncle and asked him, Uncle, can I try wrestling? Where can I go? I wouldn't have been able to travel and meet all these amazing people.
I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb.
Well, it's good to talk to you.
Thank you.
I don't know why I'm yelling.
I'm yelling too. I actually started with Ultimate Women of Wrestling on their very first show in Las Vegas. And then ever since then, I just been there with them, rocking with them, because I really believe in their vision. And I believe like, man, this is pretty cool. And this is good for women that are independent wrestlers or women in general, because there's so many that you can bring together women from, give them another platform, to get in the ring and shine and be the woman that they are,
Yes.
But I just believed in it from the beginning, and I enjoyed wrestling. I worked for Impact and traveled the world and wrestled, stepped into boxing, stepped into MMA, jiu-jitsu, just because I wanted to try it. I was interested and I always loved the sport. And then it brought me over here, with Ultimate Women of Wrestling when they reached out and said, hey, you want to wrestle? And I'm like, okay, well, what they were telling me about it, I just believe in it because I'm like, I'm all for women being who they are and representing themselves like how they want to and expressing themselves, and then coming together and putting on a great show. Diversity of women, being who you are, putting on a great show. And it's like people from other cultures and other diverse women would tune in because I feel like every woman can fit for a woman, but they love it. Even for the men, the women, the kids, it's just something, I love it. Because it's like a street fight, wrestling mixed with whatever else you want. You never know what you get. But we all have one thing in common as women. We're ultimate women of wrestling and we love wrestling.
Yeah.
We all come from different walks of life, but we have one thing in common, and that's wrestling. The love of wrestling. So I think it's cool. Cheeto want to be a part of the interview. You should bring Cheeto to the next show. I hear him. He's like, I'm like, just let him on the camera. He just wants to be on camera with you.
If you could see it, it's like they're fighting all around the room.
Hey, they getting ready for their wrestling match. Let them get ready for the wrestling match. September 10th. They are coming in their best outfit, ready to whoop that dog ass. And when I step in the wrestling ring, I love it because I get to represent where I'm from. A small island, Tonga, just be an example to them, because I hope one day a lot of these island girls where I'm from step in the ring, because there's only a few of us. I love everybody, but I feel like by me and there's like the MK twins they're talking to, and then even Tamina and them, it's you see a lot of the guys, but I can't wait for one day maybe there'll be more girls stepping in the ring.
Yeah, to see more representation.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there'll be a lot reaching out asking where they can go train or something like that, and I'm like, I'm not sure, but look in your area, I could help you.
It's a missing puzzle piece to the world that there's somebody out there that you represent that needs to see you as is.
Yeah, I'm a true believer in that, and to honestly being yourself, because even in this business, like people will tell you how you should look or your image, but you just want to really be yourself because that's what makes you unique. If they allow you to be yourself, It will make a big difference because when you're yourself, you bring out the best. When you're not yourself, it's hard for you to figure out who this person you're trying to be that's not really you, you know?
Yeah, because I think when you're yourself, you have something unique that no,
Yeah.
like that to offer wrestling or anywhere you
Hmm.
go. That's like
Right.
no, and that's necessary. That's necessary because if everybody's the same, then it gets boring.
Right. It does. Let me fight somebody MMA style or boxing style. Let's go. Yeah, so me and Rampage, we have a lot of things in common because our background in combat sports. So he knows what I'm talking about when it comes to people running into your hand. Because I mean, my hand's going, but their face is coming towards it. So what?
What came first? Is like, did wrestling come first? Did MMA come first? Did boxing come first? Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of steps you took to be the U.S. champion for UWW. There's a
Right.
lot. Like, you did a lot.
Everything adds up to the now. I played basketball and volleyball in high school, and then got a scholarship and went to college. Played volleyball there in college. So I've always been around sports and being athletic and stuff. But wrestling came first. Then after wrestling came MMA, and then through MMA, I stepped into competing in jiu-jitsu. And then the boxing was there in the mix. And then I decided, you know what? I want to stick with this boxing because it makes more sense to me and I can get more fights than I can in MMA. So I stuck with that with boxing and I still do boxing. And even when we were in Las Vegas, the Mayweathers, they just kept wanting to mess with me all the time. So I had to knock him out. But it wasn't me. Like I said again, my hand was up and they just happened to run into it.
So can you explain a little bit what happened there?
What, up there on the stage?
Yeah, when you punched
First
my
of all-
friend Jeff Mayweather.
No. I don't appreciate nobody. This is my world. You coming in my world. Don't put your hands on me. You gonna put your hands on me, you just gonna get what you asked for.
And then I thought I was gonna be like fined and all kinds of stuff. I didn't know if him and his whole Mayweather crew was gonna take me to court and stuff, but I don't know. I think he didn't want that because he didn't want no one to know he got hit by a Lady Tapa, the Queen of Rings. So we just left it at that. Maybe me and Rampage might be on a Mayweather card one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Honestly, you never know. It's not only, especially because it's wrestling, but at Ultimate Women of Wrestling.
Hmm.
I mean, who would have thought that Rampage Jackson's gonna be our CEO? So
I'm like,
anything is
what?
possible.
Rampage? I didn't know if he was gonna come in there and make us all walk out with him with I didn't know what the heck. I thought he was gonna wrestle all of us. I don't know. I was
He's
just
like,
like, well, that's cool.
tell me about your whole family and everything. Did your family inspire you to become a wrestler, or is it something that was just
Yeah.
in you that you're like, you know what, that's what I want?
I believe it's always been in me because growing up, I've been around athletes. I have cousins that played in the NFL, do wrestling, like so, and I come from a big family, but I remember my uncle, the barbarian, he would always ask me when I would be like 16 and 17, like, you should wrestle. But at the time, I'm playing volleyball and sports, focused on going to college. But I would always go watch my uncle wrestle whenever I came to town. And then I would meet them when it was WWF. I would meet them like when they would come over his house sometimes, and Rikishi and them, like I'm close to them. All of them were all like family, you know. So I've been around it, and my uncle, he just one day I was watching wrestling, and I called my uncle and I said, "Uncle, I want to wrestle. Where can I go train?" And I thought you have to like fly somewhere to go train to like a tryout, you know? Like I didn't know you had like I didn't realize there's an independent circuit. I never knew there was independent wrestling. I always knew like my uncle. I never talked to him about independent wrestling. I just knew like he wrestled and traveled and wrestled on TV and watched Rikishi and them until I started like, oh, there's an independent wrestling. Okay, here's you go over here in your city and find a wrestling school and just start learning the basics.
Yeah.
And ever since then I just stuck with it. And then I wasn't looking for nothing. I was just looking to learn. I wanted to learn the art of wrestling. I wanted to, um, just like any sport, like volleyball or basketball, I wanted to learn. And since then, it just took me places I never thought I'd be. I didn't expect to. I was fresh, like 6 months into wrestling, and then I seen there was a seminar that Impact Wrestling was doing, and it wasn't far from where I lived. It was 3 hours away. So I signed up for it, but they said only 12 people get picked to come. And I told my uncle, hopefully I'll get picked and just go and learn more about wrestling. That's all I was focused to go learn more. Like I try, if there's a seminar or something, I want to go there, learn, train, learn. And I went there, and it was crazy because the next week, Al Snow called me and Al Snow was like, "Hi, this is Al Snow." And I was like, hmm? Like, you're calling my cell phone. Are you calling the right number? I didn't say that to him, but in my head, I was like, what's this? And then he told me, hey, we're interested on bringing you up to Impact. And in my head, I'm like, I just left from a seminar. I didn't know like you're gonna pick people up. I mean, I knew that it's a seminar, but I didn't know like that because of that. That's how they found me, through that seminar. And I didn't expect any call or anything because I was still learning how, the art of wrestling. And then I said, yes. And ever since then, I just kept going. And Al Snow played a big part in my life in wrestling. He's such a good guy. I moved to Louisville, Kentucky for a year and trained with him. He taught me a lot of things. And a lot of times for me, it was me just getting more confident in my own skin. I needed to get more confident in my own skin because I grew up real shy and stuff, and I'm not used to being in front of people. I'm always like to be quiet and not say much type of person. That's like my personality. But wrestling helped me to break out of that and break out and learn that I have a voice and I can speak my voice, and it's okay, to speak your voice. Because I always be the one like, I'm cool, I won't say nothing. Now you probably can't get me to shut up if you sit with me and we start talking. My uncle, he got me. I've been around it all my life. It's been in my blood and my family, and with the Polynesians. And so it was, for me, it was the right timing in my life. I wasn't in school. I wasn't focused on volleyball. And that's like you said. Sometimes it's like, where's your focus? You can't do this and jump here and go here. My focus shifted. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna work and train. That's all I'm gonna do. And then go over there and fight in front and wrestle in front of 10 people until I get this thing right. Like that's how I would do. Because they would have the shows where I was training at. They put together the shows, and sometimes for the students, we practice, and it would be in front of 25 people. I didn't even care because even 25 people, I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, oh my gosh, this is so scary. And that helped. So it just started going for itself. And then ever since Impact, it just kept going. And I stepped from wrestling to the MMA to jiu-jitsu to boxing and back in wrestling. My focus now is just wrestling. Just wrestling. And I'm thankful I got all the experience that I have with the MMA and jiu-jitsu because I went and competed in jiu-jitsu in Vegas for the world championship. I won that as a blue belt and then got third place as a purple belt. So I really challenged myself in that sport to go out there. Okay, when your coach tells you you're ready, you can go step on the biggest stage and try. So that's one thing I believe in. If there's something you want to do, don't be scared to try. Because if you never try, you would never know where it would take you. I always say to myself, if I never called my uncle and asked him, Uncle, can I try wrestling? Where can I go? I wouldn't have been able to travel and meet all these amazing people and build relationship and connections and have friends and that you everywhere around the world. I feel like it took me, and I got to see a lot of places and just continue to learn, because even in wrestling, you're always going to continue to learn. It never stops, like never.
Listen,
It's like Narnia down
do I
there.
see scissors? Oh, no, she
What? Oh, to expose the turnbuckle.
Hey, I paid for that. What is going on here?
Oh, it's coming out of her check.
Yes, it's
Whose
coming out
budget? I was going to say, whose budget is that coming out?
yeah, it's coming out of her check for sure. For sure. I'm not
It is.
Tax, champ. Thumb tax.
No.
That's uncalled for.
In my match, the turnbuckle wasn't even there. We were like, and then I fell on a tack somewhere, and I was like, oh,
No.
man, it must have went in between the curtain thing that goes around. I was like, oh shoot, oh well, keep going. But I was cool. Hey, I
Changes
think
people.
Miranda left that tack in there on purpose because she knew I was coming in the ring. I'm gonna ask her when I see her September 10th. I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, hey, why did you leave? Was it you that left them tacks there? Because you were the one that threw all that out and threw her on there. But then there was a few to the side, even though I told him to clean. Oh, you know what? It was Kylie King.
Oh, because she was cleaning.
She was the one in there. I was telling her. I told her, sweep my ring. This is my ring. She's looking at me. I'm like, yeah, just all of you guys. You serve me. This is my ring. I'm the champ, not you. So I just enjoyed them sweeping the ring. Well, I was just enjoying the fans while they were just looking at me. They was looking at me like, who's that? I'm like, your champion. I don't know why she ran into my belt, because my belt, I was picking my belt up because it was in the corner. I was picking it up to go to the other side. The ref was in the way. I went like this, and she turned around and she just walked into the belt. And when she fell, I was like, oh, I put the belt there and I covered her. And they were trying to tell me I hit her with the belt. I said, she ran into the belt. Did you not replay it? She ran into the belt. I was moving like this and she just ran into the belt.
It's her own fault. It's her own fault.
It's her own fault. It's her own fault. She got to pay attention and be alert, If you don't pay attention, be alert with me and be sharp with me, you never know what's going to hit you. I was laughing at you and Miranda's promo. I'm going to tell Rampage I need an MMA fight in the ring. In the wrestling ring. No.
So do you think that's probably next? You're going to take on Miranda?
Oh, who knows? She could be my bodyguard, because I need a bodyguard. I'm too small. Yeah, I was cracking up at all of them. Even AK, she was like, Lady Tapa. I was like, girl.
Ultimate Women of Wrestling. My name is Allison Kay, AK-47 if you please, and we are so close to my debut that I can almost taste it. Now where I come from, it's go big or go home, so we're doing the damn thing. I'm not just coming in for a little debut, a little sprinkle, a little taste. No. We're going straight for the big guns. I am challenging Lady Tapa for the United States Championship. And I know I have a huge challenge ahead of me, mainly because, believe it or not, Lady Tapa and I have actually never met, let alone wrestled. But in my research, because of course I've done my research, I realized that we have a lot more in common than I thought. We're both former Impact knockouts, we're both brawlers, we're both big girls, we both competed in mixed martial arts. This is not just going to be a wrestling match, this is going to be a scrap. And I have not traveled the world for the past 15 years collecting championships wherever I go for nothing.
Yeah. AK. So when I see you, remember this. AK. AK. That stands for AK. So when y'all see this come up, I'm telling you, that K gonna hit hard. This for you, AK.
Oh my goodness, is that your message to Allison K?
Yeah. What does it
Oh
say
my
here,
goodness.
Allison?
What is this?
Every season's winning season.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
So
right.
every season, winter, summer, spring, fall, win at whatever you do.
That's right.
That's the mindset.
Oh, that's right. This is our US champion, everybody. Look at that. Look
Hi,
at that.
Team Tapa. This is
Yes.
my pillow. At night, I sleep on her like this. I'm like, oh, you're still there? Okay, good. We're still on a mission, right? Yep. Okay, let's go get it. That's what I tell her every day. We're on a
That's
mission.
right.
Let's go get it.
That's right. It's the best reminder to keep winning, you know? It's just looking at that title and knowing like you're the champ and you're not going to let anybody take that away from you.
Me and her, we're on a ride from day 1 to September 10th.
Yeah.
And everybody else is allergic to her because I'm telling you, they keep running into the belt, and I'm like, man, they just keep dropping like flies. And they're
They just
looking
keep-
at me. I'm like, you know, I can knock her out, but she just ran into the belt.
How many people have run into the belt?
Just her. Everybody else ran into my fist. I don't know why. I keep telling them, why you guys keep running in my fist? They're sleeping. And then I put the pillow under them and tuck the blanket over them so they can go night-night.
They go night-night.
They go night-night in the ring. I don't know. My hand touches their face. The next thing you know, I look and they're asleep. So I just cover them and walk off. Just like that. And I think everybody's scared of that. That's why. And I'm like, I don't know. What did I do? I'm just here to do my job. I'm just showing up ready to. I'm going to teach you a tongue word. Tuki and tuki and tuki these women out my way. You know?
Oh, what's Tuki mean?
Hit. Tuki.
Tuki.
I'm not scared to take on anybody, even if they threw a guy in there. I'm not scared, you know. I show up because that's why we're called Ultimate Women of Wrestling. We're ultimate. We can do however we want. We can fight how we want. We show up and we show out. And that's why, you know, I believe I became champion because I worked hard for it. Started with them day 1. Became the first USA Ultimate Women's Champion. And I'm still holding the title. And I ain't scared of none of them. The only competition in the way is me. Not her, she, this, that. I don't get in all that. I come and handle my business. I take what's mine. And I go home to my dog, to my castle, eat my Tongan food. Ultimate. The people over there need to start making Tongan food because if they give all the girls in the back Tongan food, they'll do a lot better. Because right now, what they're eating in the back, the fruits and all of that, that's not healthy for them. They need to eat Tongan food. I'm excited for September 10th to show up, do what I do, handle my business. Nobody's in my way, you know? I don't have no problem with the girls. If they step in the ring, yeah, we'll handle it there. But outside of it, I don't get in nobody's way. I mind my business, but all of them, I don't know what they got going on. It's like a circus back there. But I stay on my throne and mind my business. Me and her. This is my only best friend over there. I don't know. That's why me and her, we sleep good at night. I take her everywhere I go. I tell everybody, look at her. Look what she stands for.
Beautiful.
Either you stand for something or you fall for anything, and I don't fall for nothing. I mean, these girls can keep on aiming and aiming and aiming all they want, but it's hard to knock a giant down, especially a queen of rings. I'm gonna give my belt a name.
What you gonna call her?
Shiro. They're gonna be like, who's Shiro? I'm like, that's my best friend. You don't know? This is her. That's Shiro right there. This is Shiro. And she's Ultimate Women of Wrestling. She's my best friend. So if you don't have a For all of the other ones that have belts, respect to them, but they don't know that this is my best friend. We really got each other's back. That's
That's
why
right.
I'm at my last match. That's why Kylie King fell, because Shiro had my back. She was like, she seen her coming, and Shiro just was like, she ran into me. I said, that's fine, I'll cover her. That's what happened.
That's your tag partner.
And that's my tag partner. They don't even know that's my tag partner. Shiro, they do not know you are my tag partner. Can you see it? Right here. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful title.
First champion, the one, the only, the forever.
The forever.
Champion, do you hear that? Forever champion,
Oh
ultimate
my
winner of
goodness.
wrestling. Thank you. Okay, Shiro, I'll let you sit there. You just stay right there. Okay.
How many
Yeah.
days has it been?
It's been a lot of days.
I just have to show the title there sitting next to you. Shiro
It
is
is
right
like
there, always with you.
She's always with me. She got my back. She's the only one that has my back at Ultimate Women in Wrestling, because the rest of them in the locker room, I don't know. AK, I heard you've been, talking about all the different championships you've won around the world, this and that. That's cool. But one thing that you will never have is the Ultimate Women Championship, which I have. And September 10th, when I see you, I'll show you why I am the Ultimate Women of Wrestling, the USA champion. So I don't have much to say, but just show up, because I'm going to show out. And when I'm done with you, you're going to bow down to me, Lady Tapa, the Queen of Rings. This for you, AK. AK. Night, night. Don't worry, I'll tuck you in too.